there's a deeper layer of psychology behind getting rich that no one ever talks about and that not a lot of people know. But it's a very real thing. Like, you have to learn how to not only rewire your brain, but you have to know what's happening inside of your head and what's happening inside of your unconscious. And if that's actually getting you towards your goals, or if your unconscious it isn't getting you towards your goals. And most people think that the more intelligent they are, the harder they work, that the richer they're gonna get. But that's quite the opposite. You see stories online all the time of like, and even movies, like the richest people, like let's name them, like Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, like all these people. You hear stories of them working in their garages for 16 hours a day. Like, that's what we hear in the mainstream media and stuff like that. We hear that all these billionaires that have all the money in the world worked so hard to get there. Obviously, that is just a psyop because they want to show you, like, if you're willing to succeed, that's what you have to do, which scares people. That's why most people are scared of their success. I'll tell you some deep layer psychology real quick, and that's gonna make you completely like change your mind on everything. If you're watching this and you're not where you want to be, you are not rich yet, I promise you, this maybe will apply for like 80% of people. You might be scared of your own success, and I'll tell you why. You know, when you have everything, the version of yourself that has everything, you know what comes with that. It's gonna come with a lot of anxiety. It's gonna come with a lot of stress. It's gonna come a lot with despair, and those things are just gonna add up, and it's just gonna like tear down on your psyche, like your mind and soul. It's gonna just literally break you down, because it is, at the end of the day, it is hard to get rich. I'm not gonna say it's easy. I think that it was easy for me, and I do think that it's easy, but the only reason I'm gonna say it's hard is because literally only 0.5% of the world, or even less, I guess, gets rich. I don't know what the percent is, maybe like 0.1% gets rich. But you can't view it like it's hard, or else guess what? It's gonna become hard, because what you speak actually goes into existence. Like, that's gonna be something that's real, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. At the end of the day, intelligence does not matter. Hard work does not matter. And this is coming from someone that I think I'm a very like highly intelligent person. I've always thought that my whole life. I dropped out of high school when I was 17 years old. But does that make me less intelligent? No, not at all. But before I dropped out, I had like decent grades, not in high school at all. But like when I guess elementary doesn't really matter, middle school doesn't really matter. But I did have good grades. I always like stood out from others. Like, that's what my mom always told me. She's like, you're always like, you're so much smarter than like everyone else your age. And I believe that to be true, and maybe that's why I carry myself like that. But who knows? And one thing that I never was the hardest worker, like at all. That's something that I'll stand on. I did so much more mental work than hard work, because the psychology behind getting rich is changing your mental state. And then the physical around you changes. Think about it. Do you know what laziness and procrastination is? I made one video on this. I don't know if everyone watched it. It is debt to the soul. That means your body will not physically let you work because your mind does not believe that you should be where you think that you should be. So for example, if you want to get rich, but you're procrastinating every single day and you can't get work done, that's because your mind does not feel like you deserve it at all. So it all changes in the mental. The psychology behind getting rich is changing your mental state, and then the physical will follow. That's whenever you're actually able to do hard work and get work done and stuff like that. But unless you change your mental, and unless like you take all these things in, you're not gonna get rich at all. It's not just, oh, let me work hard and I'm just gonna make a lot of money. If the world decided who got the richest from hard work, a construction worker would be a lot damn richer than I am. Is that the case? Absolutely not. A doctor would be richer than I am. Look at all the school they had to go through though. It's like everything you've ever been told is completely lie about being successful and getting rich. Everything. And obviously, like, it is pretty easy to break those barriers. Like, the first one that you'll start to realize, and I hate talking about it because it's such like a hot topic on the internet, like, oh, the school system. Like, I don't want to sound like everyone else. It's like, oh, the school system. But that is the first psyop that we're obviously taught. Like, oh, stay in school, go get your degree, go, and then you'll make what? Have a six-figure paying job? I hear that all the time. I was talking to my mom, like, when I went home for the first time after not seeing her in like 5 months, and she was like, oh, well, like, that, it was either a girl or a guy, I don't know, but she's like, oh, well, that person is gonna like get a six-figure paying job when they get out of school. I was like, mother, I make over 6 figures every single month. Is that supposed to be good? Is this some like accomplishment to us? Making 6 figures outside of college, is that something that's supposed to be good? But no, I'll tell you a trait that successful people and rich people have, like me, that others don't. And first off, it's like being able to break those like barriers in your head, like all the psyops that you've ever been taught, because some you don't even know that they've been placed inside your head, and it's very hard to like get them out. But you have to first reprogram your whole brain, like completely rewire your brain. That's the only way you're ever gonna get rich, is if you rewire the way that you think, and if you rewire your identity. Most people don't have an identity. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they're worthy of. They don't know what they want out of life. So guess what? How would they know what they're going to get out of life? We're the ones that control our reality, so I'm the one that decides the life that I live. But if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what you want, if you don't know what you deserve, you're not going to get that at all. So first, it's building an identity. Ask yourself every question that I just said, like who are you? What do you want? What do you think you deserve? Write that on paper and ask yourself that question every single day. And then you'll have some sort of like an identity formed. If someone asked you the question right now saying, who are you? Most people would respond, I'm Hudson. But there's a lot deeper things behind just your name when it comes to your identity. It's like, but that doesn't take that much to change, having an identity. And it'll develop over time and stuff like that. It also comes with like ego, which ego, obviously I talk about this all the time, is not a bad thing. You have to have an ego. Because guess what? Would Hudson Cosper be here right now speaking to y'all if I didn't have an ego? No, I had an ego, so I kept posting on social media. I kept making more money because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let myself fail, because at the end of the day, I'm Hudson Cosper. So why would I ever let myself fail? That's what you need. Ego, identity, those are the first two things. And then it comes with something and a truth that not a lot of y'all are going to want to hear, but most rich people are evil. And you have to be evil or bad if you want to manifest and get things out of life. I'll explain why. And it's not evil in a sense like, oh, you're doing terrible things to get rich. Not evil in that way, but most people would look at you as evil. Even now to this day, there's some people around me, like my mom, maybe not my sister, I don't know, but like my family, that thinks like, wow, like you are definitely like a selfish ass person. You're this, you're that. And at the end of the day, like I still treat them good. But when it comes to like money, I always put it first. Even though the only reason I put money above family is simply because I need money to help my family. So I'm gonna put it first. I'm gonna go isolate myself for 6 months, and then guess what? You're good. Now I can provide for my family or whatever people are like thinking when it comes to providing for their family. Like I never really like isolated for that long. Like obviously, I don't know. I guess the most I ever isolated is when I was like 18, still living with my mom. But other than then, like I never really isolated. I guess the longest I've ever went without speaking to my family was like 5 months, which I guess that is a long time. But the psychology behind getting rich that a lot of people aren't going to want to hear is simply that rich people are some sort of like evil. But it's not that they're evil, it's that they're comfortable being evil. They're comfortable being the villain. They don't care to be selfish at all. They don't care to be seen as good. I don't care if someone's like, oh, Hudson's such a good person. Like that does not apply to me. The only thing that matters in my head is money. I don't need validation from anyone. I don't care to be friends with anyone. I don't care what anyone's opinion on me is. So therefore, what does that make me? By definition, I guess it would make me someone that's like narcissistic. That's what a lot of people would say. But you have to be narcissistic in order to win at this game of life. You have to love yourself so much and love yourself so much more than any single person around you. If I didn't love myself more than everyone around me, I would have let my old friends that I'm not friends with anymore get inside of my head, and then I never would have started any of this. Or I would have listened to my parents maybe. I was so narcissistic and so egotistical that when my mom would even share an opinion when I was like 14 on money, I would just shut it up. I wouldn't even talk to her. I wouldn't even care. And isolation also comes, like people would think that's a bad thing, like, oh, going a year without speaking to your family. But these things are necessary in order to get rich, so you just have to do them. But that is such a real thing that people who are successful, they're fine with being looked down upon because they know who they are internally. I know who I am. I have an identity. I have a relationship with God. I know who I am, and no one's going to break that. People can look at me however they want. It's simply not going to affect me because the only thing I care about right now is getting even richer. And if you are not rich at all right now, then you are at a different standpoint where like you have to go even harder to get to where you want to go. Like even harder. Like for me, it's just scaling. Keep doing the things I already do. But if you know absolutely nothing, then it's going to be a lot harder for you. but you can make it easier with all the things that I was talking about: identity, ego, being comfortable with being evil. And then the last thing that I would say is like some deep rooted psychology behind getting rich is your unconscious. And a lot of people don't even know what it is, but we have two basically parts in our mind. It's our unconscious and it's our conscious. And trust me, in your unconscious, there's a lot of not messed up things in there, but there's a lot of things that you do not know that are in there, because guess what? It knows every single thing about you. You can't run from it. You can't escape from it. Your unconscious is literally you, but some people say it's all the bad parts of you and stuff like that. But you have to see what's in your unconscious. Like, consciously you know why you want to get rich, and consciously you would say you want to get rich because you want to help your family and you want to be able to go travel and have location freedom and time freedom and all these little things. Now your unconscious, behind your unconscious, you want to get rich, I promise you, for not very good reasons. Maybe you want to shit on everyone else. Maybe you want to look better than other people. These are things you have to make conscious. So those are things you have to become aware of. Awareness in this world is everything. You have to become aware of everything. And the first step is seeking knowledge. If you want to get rich, you have to seek knowledge over information. And then the information comes, because if I put information inside of someone that is so unconscious as head right now, and I said, this is the whole blueprint to get rich, they're still going to do nothing with it. Nothing. Because knowledge comes first. And when I say knowledge, I'm talking about like knowledge as in like rewiring your brain and your unconscious, like this type of knowledge, like very esoteric stuff. That's what you need first. You need to learn how the mental works, because the mental is what controls the physical. So if I went to hand someone a whole blueprint on how to get rich, but they were so unconscious, they weren't aware, they had no identity, they had no ego, they had no awareness, they're gonna get nowhere. That's why I always talk about this before I talk about business. Every once in a while, I'll go make a YouTube video on high ticket sales, like the business model that got me rich and the business model that got like hundreds of others of my students rich. But the reason I focus on this is so when I go put out those high ticket sales videos, that people are already conscious. They're already in the right mindset to where they can start the business model and it'll click. Because hard work does not get you rich. Becoming conscious does. And that's just how I'm going to end off the video. But if you do want to obviously get started in high ticket sales, I'm starting to try to push it a lot more, because I realize like how much I never ever push it out on people. And since it's such like an easy business model and it's like the best thing in the world, I feel like I'm doing a disservice to myself to not push it out. So in the description, the free training, if y'all watch my last video, it's still in there. It's like 10 minutes long. It breaks down high ticket sales and everything, but go watch it and you will learn a lot.